It's not a prerequisite to be involved with horses prior to looking for a career in horses.
I always had a love of horses, though didn't grow up in a horsey family by any means. Lived in the suburbs, that sort of thing. So yeah, it is a bit of a change in my background to be where I am today.
I came into the industry knowing nothing about horses and have been lucky enough to be exposed both locally and globally to a lot of different aspects of the thoroughbred breeding and racing industry.
I didn't have any knowledge of the thoroughbred industry at all. I've always loved horses and had a bit to do with riding, but yeah, not any thoroughbreds.
Well, it all started around 21 years ago. I started on weekend work here, just mowing lawns, driving tractors around.
So I started working in the industry as a racehorse strapper. Went to the Easter yearling sales and just loved the vibe and the atmosphere, and went from there. Basically found a job on a thoroughbred stud.
I started working with horses when I was 15 years old in the racing stables. I worked my way up to the stud farms, and in 2009 I got a scholarship to go to Ireland for the Irish National Stud Course.
I was lucky enough to get a spot on the Dali Flying Start Scholarship, which takes you around the world under Sheikh Mohammed's Godolphin Dali operation for 2 years.
So after year 10, I went to Scone TAFE and studied horse breeding Cert 3 and completed that. And during that, I had to get a traineeship with practical work. So I'm completing my HSC at the moment, and through my HSC, I'm doing a school-based traineeship with the Hunter Thoroughbred Breeders Association.
This job entails assisting with the management of staff and overseeing all the areas on the stud with the operations manager. Predominantly during the season, I run the breeding shed.
So I've worked in different aspects of the industry. I've worked from breaking in horses through to racing stables, and now in the breeding industry.
I started working with horses about 13 or 14 years ago in a racing stable up in Queensland. And during that time I studied a diploma and a Bachelor of Applied Science.
Horses is a massive career in itself. It's a huge and global industry. There's such facets, support industries for the horse industry, such as accounts. There's the sport industry, such as bloodstock management.
I came to work in Australia in the Hunter Valley. I just saw that great people, great culture, great horses, and I thought I'd like to have a career in the thoroughbred industry within the Hunter Valley in Australia.
I'm lucky enough to work in the Southern Hemisphere's largest equine veterinary practice, based in, of course, in the horse capital of Australia, Scone.
The Hunter Valley is a world-renowned centre of thoroughbred excellence in breeding. When an opportunity presented in the Hunter Valley, I applied for a job on the internet.
I was just looking in the local paper. I've always had a general area that I've wanted to focus in the Upper Hunter.
Being in the Hunter Valley and an organisation, a global thoroughbred operation, allows us to use our IT skills in the regional area and have the lifestyle that the Hunter Valley can offer.
So the horse industry in the Hunter is a really diverse industry. It's great seeing the young foals born in spring when the pastures are really looking at their best, and seeing their progression over time and how fast they grow on some of our nice pastures that we can grow in this area.
The best part of working in the Hunter Valley at the Thoroughbred Studs is not only do you get to work with the best horses in the world, daily life is spent at the farm.
Yeah, the thing I love most about working in this area is the community culture. Stud staff, vets, farriers, we all work together as a team.
If you're motivated and that you're looking for a fun, healthy, active job, that you're interacting with essentially very talented animals, I'd say it would be a very good step forward.
My piece of advice would definitely be to just get yourself out there. There's a lot of jobs in this industry that might not be advertised, so I would absolutely just say send your resume out to people and don't be afraid. There's definitely a lot of positions on a farm that there's the opportunity to learn as you go.
My advice for someone looking to break into the industry would be, you've got to want to be a part of it, and if you want to be a part of it, the enjoyment comes, and the enjoyment's a huge part of getting involved here. So coming in with the right frame of mind, coming in with the knowledge that you'll be given a chance to to prove yourself, because the thoroughbred industry is very accepting.
You don't need to be a practical horse person at all to work in this industry. It's a very diverse and large industry, so much so that I would think 20 to 30% of the people we employ on this farm alone are non-horse related.
There's a role in the horse industry for absolutely everyone. I think the most important thing when it comes to your job and your career is that it's something you're passionate about and that uses your unique skills and talents. I think it's a common misconception in the horse industry that you have to have grown up with horses or work with horses, but nothing could be further from the truth. When it comes to breeding a champion race horse or the making of a fantastic stallion, there are so many people behind the scenes. You probably don't even stop to consider it, but there are farmers, gardeners, bookkeepers, receptionists, accountants, IT staff, grooms, exercise riders, you name it. What makes people great at their job is that they're passionate about it. And yeah, you never have to have worked with horses before to be involved in such a fantastic industry.
To watch the full interviews and find out further info on how you can start your equine career in the hunter thoroughbred breeding industry, go to the website htba.com.au.